Hello and welcome to the LaLanne Pass It On podcast, where we talk to people who are furthering Jack's mission of helping people help themselves through exercise and nutrition. Because as Jack would say, exercise is king, nutrition is queen. You put them together and you've got a kingdom. My name is Greg Justice, and I'm here with the real star of the show, the First Lady of Fitness, Elaine LaLanne. How are you doing today, Elaine?
Well, I'm doing fine, and I'm excited to recap our jumping jack challenge. Oh boy, was that exciting!
That was a lot of fun, and we've got 4 special guests with us today, and they are Amy Boone Thompson, Drisha Liggett, Mark Ludorf, and Dan Isaacson. Guys, thanks for joining us today.
Of course.
Thanks for having us.
And I know we're going to begin with a video, so we're going to let Mark start that video and kick it off.
And I would like to welcome Elaine and her son John.
If Jack were alive, you know what he'd say? Oh, this for little old me. Because, you know, he wasn't one to pat himself on the back, but he would be just, in awe of all of you. And I'm in awe of all of you coming out today to break the world record for 2,251 people doing jumping jacks simultaneously.
First, we are breaking a record for the most people performing jumping jacks simultaneously, here in person and around the world. And we are targeting 98 jumping jacks in honor of Lala's 98th birthday. First up, please meet your Jack LaLanne Jumping Jacks Challenge color commentators, celebrity host and dubbed TV host and dubbed the queen of the perfect pitch, Forbes Riley.
Hello, everybody! Are we ready to have some fun? Juicing, and that's the whole idea. Who's here to be healthy and fit? Put your hand up. Who's a role model for everybody? Put your hand up. That's what I want to see. Who's my partner in crime right here?
Yes, and sharing the color to our Spanish-speaking audience, please meet renowned health and wellness expert and featured medical correspondent on Dr. Phil, The Doctors, Univision, Telemundo, and Televisa, Dr. Fab Mancini.
¿Dónde están mis latinos?
Right, and now please meet your Jack LaLanne Jumping Jacks Challenge coaches, National Fitness Hall of Fame member and celebrity trainer Dan Isaacson, 2022 Idea Fitness Leader of the Year, Pete Holman, 2022 Idea Emerging Trailblazer of the Year, Lacey Green, National Fitness Foundation Board President, welcome back Dr. Judy Brown-Clark, celebrated coach and Jack LaLanne's nephew, Chris LaLanne. So joining Elaine and I and the coaches on stage, and to count out our jumping jacks. You guys, we're getting ready. Make sure you have your space. Please welcome star of Taibo Nation and the 2022 Idea Jack LaLanne Award recipient, Billy Blake. Fitness TV superstar, celebrity health influencer, and publisher of Fit Over 50 magazine, Denise Austin! Bodies in Motion superstar, and this year's Jack and Elaine LaLanne Award recipient, JLJJC. And the creator of P90X, Tony Horton Life Series, and the 2016 Idea Jack LaLanne Award recipient, Tony Horton! And finally, the founder of Fitness Quest 10, the 2004 Idea Personal Trainer of the Year, and the the 2017 Idea Jack LaLanne Award, Todd Durkin!
Let's go! Let's go! Get it right! Let's go!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to shatter this world record!
Here I go.
1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 60, 61, 62, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 2, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 18 more, 18 more, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97,
from the bottom again of that athletic heart in me.
Yes, LaLanne, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go!
All right. Reset the world record. What was it? 2,251 we had to beat. Y'all, we had 3,000! Congratulations, everybody! You're part of the world.
At this time, I'd like to invite you all to join Lacey Green in just a bit for her Be Beautiful.
Thank every one of you who will participate.
2:30.
If they could do one, but I didn't know I could have my hands so many nights.
Yeah.
I figured I'd just do a few. And I did 98 with my hands.
Yeah!
I got a bad leg, so I can't
You're good. You're
jump
good.
and Can't see, can't hear, but I'm here.
Yeah. Here we go. Hey, Elaine, here we
You
go.
gotta bring up the crowd.
Miss Elaine.
Put it on, put it on.
Miss Elaine, you are the first lady of fitness, and we love you so much. We have this CR made for you that says 98. That's for you. We love
Yeah.
you. Let me put that on you. There you are.
Woo! Good picture. Come on. Cool, very cool.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Elaine. Happy birthday to you. Yeah! Many more. Yeah, Elaine.
Speech. You did it, Mama, you did it.
We did it.
I'm speechless. No. Yeah, but no, I just really, Jack, I know is looking down on from heaven, and thanking each and one of you for passing along your knowledge and your enthusiasm, because he was great for enthusiasm and motivation. And I know that you and each and one of you are going to go out there and motivate somebody else. And that's what it's all about. Is passing along your knowledge and motivating the next person in your life. Well,
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your total so far. 9,363 jumpers. And I'm actually thinking we're closer to 10,000, but this is how many we can track. So we are well over, well, we're 500% over the last record. And what, like Jack said, anything is possible if you make it happen. And so I wanted to launch this today because Elaine talked about passing it on, but also so that the people on this podcast right now will know that not only is this something we've never done before, it's something nobody in the history of the world has ever done before. And it is by far probably the biggest simultaneous challenge of all times. And you and everybody on this podcast can feel good about the fact that you did this. We did this. And nobody on this podcast here had any doubt that we could do it. We did this. So now, after saying that, I can let you know that thankfully, I don't know if we can share the screen, but we had jumpers in every state, absolutely every state, and in Calgary, throughout the Middle East. We got Korea, Paris, UK, Brazil, and all throughout the Middle East and throughout Mexico. So when we put on a jump event, we put it on all the way. So one of the things that we're going to do following this, I wanted you guys to see this because it's really spectacular and it still brings tears to my eyes. But then we will also add photos and videos from everyone around the world who sent them in. And I think right now we can all feel good about the fact that we brought the YMCA in because they push us way over on the record. And we had YMCA campers from all over the nation doing jumping jacks with us. And we had senior citizens doing it in the swimming pool. And we had campers doing it with a costume party, and in DC and on the Capitol Mall. So feel good about this because it was an exceptional accomplishment that no one has done before, and I would venture to guess we'll never touch.
So we got the new record at 9,363 and counting.
Yes.
And I want to, first of all, I want to acknowledge the group on here right now. You're looking at the team really behind this, the visionary person behind this, Drisha Leggett. She really had a vision for this and was our fearless leader.
We had a vision for this. I brought the idea to the table, but I couldn't have done it.
You did indeed. And then
this team never lost faith.
Well, you executed flawlessly, and I want to acknowledge certainly idea and the leadership of Amy Boone Thompson. Amazing.
It wouldn't have happened without idea.
It couldn't have happened without her. And a special thank you. We worked so closely with Madeline. We worked with your sister Becky and Vivian. They were brilliant out front. They helped us from start to finish. So I wanted to acknowledge them, thank them for all of their hard work. It was amazing. And then Dan and Mark, the three of us, we were soldiers in this army, and we were led by these three amazing women on the screen. And I just want to thank you guys. The interviews you did, Dan, were spectacular.
Absolutely.
And we'll talk a little bit about that. But I really want to start. I want to start with Elaine. And I want to hear your thoughts, Elaine, because this was to honor you and your 98th birthday. It was to honor the legacy of Jack and Elaine. And we'll talk a little bit about the new award being renamed by Idea here in just a bit. But Elaine, why don't we start with you and tell us your thoughts?
It's very simple, very, very simple. We had an idea, we visualized it, saw all those people jumping, and we put it together like a puzzle, piece by piece, person by person, and piece by piece. But we saw the, when you have a puzzle, you see the picture. Oh, it's beautiful. And we saw that beautiful picture, and we put it together. And that's it. And it's simple as that. And I thank everybody who participated. It was not only heartwarming, but it was like ecstatic. I mean, it's something that I can't even believe, but it's there. And thank you very much. We broke it. We broke the record.
we shattered it. Not even
Sure did.
Yeah, beautifully said, Elaine. And
Yes.
let's transition over, Drisha, to you. You had this vision. Tell us where this came from, and then just kind of putting it together, like Elaine said, piece by piece, the puzzle.
Well, when Elaine and I were talking about Idea and the importance of it this year more than ever for the fitness community. The fitness community has had a tough time after COVID, and we wanted to do something that will help bring the group together. We also wanted to do something that would be positive and simple.
And sensational.
And sensational to carry on the Jack LaLanne legacy. And while I was brainstorming on what that would look like, I came across this obscure record that said that the most people doing simultaneous jumping jacks was 2,251 people. And I thought, that's crazy. We get way more than that just in the expo at Idea. So I said, I think we can break this record. And I talked to Elaine, and Elaine would only do it if we made it in honor of Jack. And then I brought the idea to Amy because it would not have happened without Idea. We needed to have that home base. And from there, Amy not only embraced it, but she enthusiastically threw everything she could behind it to make it a success. And then it was like a pyramid. It was engaging the key people on this podcast, and we were like a pyramid. I had the vision, but I can't tell you how many times everybody on this call was up until midnight, 1 a.m. working, and then God love Amy and Elaine, they were up at 4 putting makeup on because I was throwing them back in front of the camera. And there was some naysayers who didn't think that we were going to be able to break that record, but I never, ever lost faith. And I knew that if like Elaine would explain to me, Jack saw himself getting out of the water after those feats of strength. And that's what I visualized. I know that's what Elaine visualized. I know that's what Amy visualized, was to make that happen. We had to have that home base. And I also wanted this to be an exclamation point for Mark Wahlberg's Unrealistic Ideas documentary team, to show that even though Jack is passed away at 2011, every kid that does a jumping jack today is continuing Jack's legacy. Every fitness leader who is going to get professional development so that they can bring it back to their clients and their hometowns and spread the importance of nutrition and physical fitness, that is the legacy of Jack LaLanne. And then we hoped, and we put it out there, and I had meetings with the military, and Elaine and I had meetings with the board of the National Fitness Foundation and the YMCA, saying, we think we can do this technologically worldwide, and will you join us? But you put it out there, you hope and you hope. But when we were there that morning and we did the jumping jack challenge from Idea, and then we all went back to our rooms to get changed for the gala, all of a sudden I start getting texts and emails from people saying, this was our family reunion of 135 people led by our 91-year-old great grandmother in Alberta, Canada. We did it. And this is the over 50 ladies in Kentucky showing their sign, Happy Birthday, Lala. And this was 1 billion YMCA campers and people around the world all doing jumping jacks. You put it out there, but you don't know. And I have to say, I don't know about anybody else on this call, but this surpassed my wildest dreams. If we wanted to demonstrate through for the documentary the impact that the LaLanne legacy still has in the world, all they need to do is look at those numbers. The LaLanne legacy lives on, and this, I hope, will help Jack get his due.
Well, that's all before I die, and I'm 98 and I'm still going. But all I ever want was that Jack gets his due. You know, it's a lot of people that write articles and whatnot. It all started with Richard Simmons and Jane Fonda. No, it didn't. You know, it started long before that. But anyway, I just want to make sure he gets his due before I die.
Yeah, and that's a great. I'm glad you mentioned it, Drisha, about the documentary, because we also want to acknowledge Archie Gips from Unrealistic Ideas and James Gips and his crew that were there. They did a magnificent job documenting everything for the documentary. And then I want to transition over to Amy. And Amy, let's talk a little bit about.
Touch on what you just said, though. This is really important. The video that you saw, most of it was taken by James Gips and the Unrealistic Ideas team. They graciously allowed us to take some video that they had taken so that we could put it in the video news release, but they were right there capturing the whole thing. So thank you, Unrealistic Ideas, for letting us take some of that and making this fantastic VNR.
Yeah, they were there all day and they did an amazing job. Amy, let's talk about Idea's role in all of this, and thank you for your leadership and your team. They were terrific from the moment we stepped foot in the door. Just thank you so much. Let's talk a little bit about from Idea's perspective, and then we'll talk a little bit about the award and the honoring of Elaine in the award.
Well, our event is for fitness professionals to come together. It's the largest global gathering where fit pros come to up level, upskill, and also we are family to one another. So it made perfect sense that our mission is to inspire the world to fitness, and any type of movement where we could have the kind of ripple effect that we did was in perfect harmony with the mission of the professionals that show up at our event. So we inspired those 9,000 plus people to move together, but I know there were many others that were inspired by the movement, right? They may not have done the jacks with us, but they're really inspired to see the power of movement, the power of fitness and wellness, but the fact that these organizations came together and created something so powerful really shows our strength in the field of health and fitness and in helping our communities to move. Jack has been a part of Idea's story for many, many years, and so has Elaine, more so Elaine in the recent 10 years. And I'm just incredibly honored that we could celebrate her birthday in this way, celebrate Jack's legacy in this way. And at the same time this year, we did rename that award to include Elaine's name. So now the award that we give out each year for lifetime achievement is now called the Idea Jack and Elaine LaLanne Award. That was incredibly important to me because of Elaine's contributions to the industry as well, along Jack's side for many years, and since then carrying on the legacy.
And our good friend Gilad Janklowitz was the first recipient of the Jack and Elaine LaLanne Lifetime achievement award. So
Right.
shout out to Gilad. He is wonderful. Dan, let's transition over to you and talk a little bit about your role in this process. It was invaluable. You did an amazing job with all the interviews. Talk a little bit about from your perspective.
I think it actually goes back to 2023 when Drisha had this idea and she spoke to Amy. We were trying to even do it in 23, as I recall. That was the year that we started the interviews. And we just did it on an impromptu basis. Greg, you would grab people, and then it was about the book, which is great because the book is the foundation. I still believe that for what we're doing, for everything that Jack and Elaine Lala have done and what they're doing. And it's an invaluable encyclopedia for us to understand as in our fitness industry. There's a platform to that. I know when I did the personal training centers and the studio lots, the first thing I did was take about a year and develop a scientific-based method for what we were doing that was research-based with folks at USC and others. And that's what that book means to me. So I think that was really in the interviews that we had, what I really loved as we started that, and of course, fueled over into 24, of course, was the love of our industry. I just love our industry. I mean, Denise Austin showing up in her old outfit in 1970.
Awesome.
I
That was awesome.
just love
Or,
it.
or Todd in the jumpsuit.
Todd in the jumpsuit, Billy Blanks. When I called him and he goes, "Of course." And the next day he had one of his martial arts guys or it's kids doing jumping jacks. It's Dr. Fab, just go down the line. Your kids, Amy, I got the chance to talk to them. We interviewed them a year before. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful industry. So I kind of collectively, and I will say this though, the last interview I did, and Lala, you'll remember this, was up in your room before we left. It was kind of a recap. I'd love, Greg, for everyone to hear that interview. I sent it out to, I think, you, Drisha, you, Greg. But the interview that Lala and I did in after the day when she could hardly talk, what a trooper!
But I lost my voice and I got COVID.
Yeah, no, I didn't even know you were getting COVID then. I probably wouldn't have done the interview. No. But anyway, no, I love that because I'd love to have everyone see it, particularly Amy, because it was really a great recap from her point of view. And I think it's a really something we should all look at, and we should pass it on to Jimmy too, and they're the folks at the GIPS organization, because she was really it was great stuff that she said.
I'm going to give you the final word here, Elaine.
I
go ahead and sum it up for us.
I just said it, I think. My heart is overflowing with thankfulness, and for what everybody did. When I think about putting the pieces of the puzzle together, if you've seen the thousands of pieces of puzzle, it's very difficult when you look at it. But that's exactly what we did. All those thousands of pieces came together, and I, right here, from my heart, I'm sending everybody a heartfelt thank you. That's all I can say.